What's up everybody, welcome back. So the trailer for the Wolverine finally got revealed at the State of Play, and needless to say, it's looking pretty good. That's not to say everyone felt the same way. Not that it's a bad thing, mind you. I'm more talking about the anti-woke crowd, aka the grifters. When this trailer came, I knew they would hop on it and pick apart the most minute detail and make a whole ass video crying woke. So take a wild guess why we're here today. Yep, we have a new addition to my little collection I have here on my channel, Vara Dark. Now I don't watch Vara at all, but I've seen her pop up on my feed, especially on Twitter. She even tweeted out saying some shit like Mystique got done dirty, which we'll get into, cause she also made a video on the trailer that we are going to go over today. So sit back, relax, and grab some snacks, and let's get into this.
Everything Sweet Baby Inc. touches turns to trash. There's not been a single game that's released with no controversy that they've been attached to, and it looks like Wolverine is next on the chopping block because we were already extremely skeptical when we heard all of those story leaks and also saw some images of Jean Grey.
It seems that each and every time Sweet Baby has a game that they have the slightest attachment to, there's always controversy. Now with the leaks, I'm not sure about the story ones since I didn't see them, but with Jean Grey and the looks of the game I know about because y'all were clowning on how Jean looks. While the game is still in the fairly early stages of development, that's like complaining that the steak tastes like shit before it's done even cooking.
But it looks like it's going to be even worse than we could have imagined because now we're getting our look at Mystique, which people are not happy with. It just seemed like it was going to be a CGI fest and a lot of people are not happy.
I don't even want to smoke my motherfucking blunt. This nigga did.
I'm sorry, excuse me? A CGI fest? How can you complain about a CGI fest in a game? Am I stupid? It's not like this is a game made by Remedy. Even then, that's just wild criticism.
I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create,
Don't care.
is not going to come out until the end of 2026, so maybe they could tweak some of these designs, maybe they could change some story elements up, but I highly doubt it. We know that Insomniac and Sweet Baby Inc. have partnered several times at this point, and that means Insomniac knows how controversial they are, and really they're just giving gamers and comic book fans the finger. They don't care about respecting source material or really just giving fans what they want.
Well, you're kinda right. They don't care, because as we'll see, the shit you guys cause a ruckus over is just flat out redundant.
Out of a product, you would think that when your audience skews primarily male, you would want to create very sexy women and strong masculine men. And you would, of course, want to be able to capture your audience's attention, but really, they're doing that just in a very bad and negative way.
Nothing is wrong with Mystique here. She looks like a regular ass woman. Blue skin aside, obviously. Besides that, did she just say that they are promoting this game in a bad and negative way?
The trouble just has a way of finding me.
Are you sure about that?
Completely understand why so many people are so skeptical. Even if you think the gameplay itself looks okay, stay cautiously optimistic because Sweet Baby Inc. is a company that is hired to ruin products. They are not hired to make sure it's in line with source material because these people don't know the source material. They are hired to make sure that a game is appealing to the modern audience, aka sensitive snowflakes on social media.
You know, the Sweet Baby derangement syndrome has really run its course. Like, I get it, how they went about that creator page way back then was terrible and I was not on their side, but these guys act like when Sweet Baby is involved in any sort of capacity, it's like the touch of death, when that's not really the case. They were kind of involved in a few games that I liked. South of Midnight, God of War Ragnarok, and Alan Wake 2. So I'm not entirely sure what the issue is here.
One thing that I thought was really weird about this trailer that I had said while I was live streaming the State of Play is the fact that 90% of the enemies that Wolverine is beating up are minorities. So I just have a very sneaking suspicion that it's going to be about his white privilege and him coming to terms with that and him trying to become a better man. I just have a feeling that that is not a coincidence, that's for sure.
When I first watched this, I did an honest to God double take, cause how in the fuck did you get from watching Wolverine turning cybernetic ninjas into ribbons to, wow, there's an awful lot of minorities he's fighting. Could it be that the story is about Logan's white privilege? How the hell did you get here? Your logic is more loose than a college girl in a frat party. It really isn't that deep. Also, it's been confirmed that the game will take place in different areas around the world. So, different countries, different ethnicities, are they really the minorities? Just saying.
Now, I don't think that the gameplay itself looks that bad. I think that this game, though, doesn't look close to being finished. It looks very unpolished. A lot of the textures looked kind of bizarre.
No shit, it's a fucking trailer. Not to mention it's a year out from release.
And that doesn't mean that the next year, they're not going to fix those things up. But at the same time, this is what they felt confident in showing. This is how they wanted to market their product. And so I'm going to criticize it, and I do think it looks a little bit undercooked.
I believe we all go into trailers knowing that a game is going to be undercooked to a certain degree, since they are using an early build of the game to show, cause, well, they ain't done yet.
Now, where Mystique can of course change her form, it's just shocking that she could change herself to look any type of way and look like any sort of person, and this is what she wants to look like. But at the same time, this is the face they wanted Mystique to have. And when it comes to shape-shifting characters in things like games and movies, of course, you need marketability. You can't constantly have a character change around their look. They have to have like one look that they go back to so they can slap her face on posters and in trailers and wallpapers, things like that. And if this is really the face that they're showing in the trailer, this is the face they want you to remember her by, which is horrendous.
Man, what the fuck is you talking about?
What the fuck was that? I'm sorry, man.
Sorry, I had to let that play out for a bit so you guys can hear what she is saying here. But calling Mystique's design terrible is actually crazy. And I've seen people compare this version to the one in Ultimate Alliance, but they fail to realize that those are two completely different art styles. One of them is supposed to look more IRL, and the other is supposed to look more comic booky. Also, what do you mean, why does it surprise you that is what she chooses to look like? It's her natural form. Even if she wants to look like a regular human, it takes a lot of concentration to maintain that form. And when it's broken, she reverts back to her natural state. I thought that was pretty well known. Guess I was wrong.
Sweet Baby Inc. is affiliated with this game in many different ways. We've had this confirmation for a long time. They helped ruin games like Kill the Justice League and Spider-Man 2.
Okay, they don't really have that big of a hand in making games. They're a consultant agency for video games. That's it. With Suicide Squad, the only good thing about that game was the movement, but the game was ass all across the board. And what the hell do you mean Spider-Man 2 failed? It was a commercial success, and before you say because of the woke elements and Sweet Baby's inclusion are the reasons why people had such an issue with it, no. Nobody cared. Well, anyone of sound mind. Players' biggest problems were the story since it felt rushed and certain aspects were underutilized. And finally, the optimization. Holy shit, was it terrible.
That is going to lead to major boycotts, that's going to lead to major backlash, and it's going to lead to a lot of people saying, nope, I am not going to buy this unless it's in a $5 bargain bin, which is totally understandable. The people at Sweet Baby Inc. have absolutely no respect for fans, for characters, and they will help ruin certain storylines if it means they ultimately are getting paid. They're not getting paid to respect material, they're getting paid to fuck it up even further.
Alright, that makes no ounce of sense. Part of their job is to respect the material, not ruin games. If it was, then their company wouldn't have lasted as long as it did.
But we do have several pieces of confirmation that yes, Sweet Baby Inc. is working on this title, and if you really needed more confirmation, Mystique's new look is definitely all you really need to know, all you really need to see. She's flat as a board in the chest, flat as a board on her backside. You know, the hair length is really bizarre, at least from what we're seeing. It really just kind of is the berries and cream little lad cut.
Oh my god, who the fuck cares? Listen, I am a man of culture myself. I see some TNA, it's time to play. Nah, I'm just messing. Anyway, at the end of the day, it's a fucking video game. A game's success does not hinge on if a fictional female character's ass got in orbit. If you want that type of content, go watch porn until y'all's shit looks like a pop sausage.
I'm sitting here coping, okay? She looks like a man. She's got the man jaw, she's got the man face. Can't say I'm shocked that they went in this direction. She just looks really bad overall. She's got no feminine element to her or essence to her.
You know, in times like these that I wonder, how the hell did I fall for this grift? She really thinks we're blind and or straight up stupid.
And I am sad that this is the type of character, of course, that they're bringing to our screens and that they think we actually want, or really, they know that we don't want, but they're going to double down anyway. Be a shapeshifter. Your sole ability is to be able to look like whatever you want. Choose to look like this. Yeah, out of every type of person, every type of character that she could look like, this is the direction they went in.
Again, it takes a lot of concentration to maintain. Y'all are being stupid.
There have been some people saying that she loosely resembles Rebecca Romijn, and I personally disagree. I don't see that here at all whatsoever, but Rebecca Romijn was a knockout. She was a bombshell. She looked absolutely gorgeous, and this character, this Mystique that they're going for, doesn't look that way at all whatsoever. I'm not buying that.
So, it's not the movies. Get over it. Seriously, what the hell do you guys expect? Bubble butt? Gravity-defying tip? Yep, caught your ass. Yes, you. I knew you'd say yes to those, you damn gooner. Say yes again. I dare you. Oh, where? I bet. This your address? What?
Here, look at Mystique in 2009, X-Men Origins Wolverine PS3. Yeah, she looked like a woman. She had hips, she had curves, she had a chest, she looked pretty, and she also, to top that off, was a little bit more muscled. She had a little bit more going for her, but she generally looked really freaking good.
Is she for real? Keep in mind, we've seen all of 5 seconds of Mystique in the trailer, and they went on ahead to compare her to different iterations in movies and games made by different people in different art styles. And had the audacity to say that like we're blind as a bat. Come on.
You enjoyed? I'm not sitting here telling people to buy or to not buy something, but just know the types of individuals that you are supporting with your purchase, because Sweet Baby Inc. is making money off of this.
I've said it once, I said it twice, and I'll say it a third time.
We don't care. Let me tell you something. We don't care. Jerry.
Anyway, that's pretty much all what she had to say, which was nothing really of substance if I'm honest. If anything, it just shows how much Sweet Baby lives rent-free in their heads. Though I've had my grievances with Sweet Baby, I've decided to take a step back from that anti-woke mindset and look at it from a different lens. Cause as we've seen on this channel, we know how stupid they are and how much they're willing to cap for the bread. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you like, and have a good one. Peace.